This is Jeb Blunt, and it's Money Monday on the Sales Gravy Podcast.
Say make money, money, make money, money, money. Make money, money, make money, money, money. Money makes the world go round. I'm the talk around town. Remy gave me the sound.
All right, it is Monday. Time to gather up your focus and activate your motivation, because when you start your week strong, you end your week strong. If you haven't ordered my brand new book, The LinkedIn Edge, stop now and take action. This instant bestseller will transform your relationship with LinkedIn, give you new tools and techniques for using LinkedIn for prospecting, and it will make you a lot of money. Go to Amazon, Barnes & Noble, your airport bookstore, or wherever books are sold, and get your copy today. And speaking of LinkedIn, I've been intrigued by all the posts I've been seeing lately from sales professionals, leaders, and experts proclaiming that the phone is back. Even the phone is dead evangelists seem to have had a change of heart and are encouraging salespeople to phone a customer. My favorite posts are from salespeople who took this advice, called a customer, and were surprised, even stunned, to discover that their customer actually wanted to talk. It's more proof that buyers are starving for real, authentic, human-to-human conversations with their sales reps and account managers. I saw one post yesterday from an account manager who said for the first time in years that he had picked up the phone and called a customer. In his post, he described how rewarding it was to have a real live conversation, as if it was some new revelation. He said that even though the phone was old school in his words, he had given it a try because his customers weren't responding to his emails anymore. Now, I've got to tell you that although I'm super happy to see that salespeople are rediscovering the power of the phone, I was a little bit bothered by this particular post because it's an indictment of just how far the sales profession has fallen over the past few years. It also exposes the malpractice of this guy's leadership team. I mean, seriously, how is it possible that his leaders and company allowed him to avoid having actual conversations with his customers for years? Account managers who are not talking to their customers, the ones that keep their customers at digital arm's length and send random just checking in emails, are swinging the door open and inviting competitors in. When you fail to proactively manage relationships, when you don't talk with your customers, those customers end up talking with your competitors and considering other options. You see, a brutal truth is that almost 70% of customers are lost because of neglect. Not prices, not products, not the economy, not even the aggressive competitors. Neglect. They feel the sting of being taken for granted. And if you've ever been taken for granted, and I bet you have, you know that it makes you feel unimportant, small, and resentful, which can lead to the feeling of contempt. And resentment and contempt, well, these are the two most powerful negative emotions in the pantheon of human emotions. They're the gangrene of relationships, festering below the surface, slowly rotting away the connections that bind people together until the relationship is destroyed. But the good news is that the one secret to defending your accounts from competitors and keeping your relationships intact is completely within your control. It's simple. Just pay attention to your customers. And guess what? A regular phone call can make all the difference. Just dial a number and ask, how are you doing? Or what can I do to help you? Or say, I've got a great idea for you. Or have a great weekend. Or thank you for your business. Regular telephone contact ensures that you are top of mind with your customers. Hearing your voice lets them know that you care. And it doesn't need to be anything particularly special. You don't need to schedule it on their calendar. You don't need a reason to tell your customers that you appreciate them. So just pick up the phone and say hello, because it doesn't cost a thing to pay attention to your customers. But it's not just this account manager and his company that are causing me angst and irritation. You see, rather than picking up the phone and talking with people, sales professionals everywhere have replaced this beautiful synchronous sales communication tool with email. This aversion to talking with people by phone has become so acute that at least half of my company Sales Gravy's training and consulting engagements have been focused on one thing: teaching and compelling salespeople to pick up the damn phone and just have a real-time human conversation. So let's start with a reality check. The telephone is not old school. Talking in real time with your prospects and customers on the phone is not old school. So pay attention. Talking with people is the school with a capital D. That's what you get paid to do. And the more people you talk with, the more you will sell. And the easiest, fastest, lowest friction means of talking with people is by phone. Now, last Monday, I discussed the reasons why AI will not be displacing sales professionals anytime soon. I made the argument that sales is the most human career choice in the age of AI. But there is a caveat. If you choose to keep your customers and prospects at digital arm's length, if you avoid engaging in real-time synchronous conversations by phone, in person, or video, AI can and will replace you. Ever since Alexander Graham Bell uttered the first words on the first phone 150 years ago, "Mr. Watson, come here, I want to see you," the telephone has been the workhorse of selling. You see, the telephone has always been and will continue to be your most powerful sales tool. And I'll bet my next book royalty check that there's a phone near you right now, because people sleep with their phones, they eat with their phones, and they're more likely to lose their car keys and their wallet than their phone. And though it's probably used more for texting, posting selfies, and watching cat videos, if you dial a number in an instant, you can be in a sales conversation. So I'm going to say this one more time slowly for the folks in the back of the room who are still not getting it. You get paid to talk with people, and there is no other tool that will connect you with people faster, deliver better results, fill your pipeline more effectively, and help you cover more accounts and ground in less time than the humble telephone. Now, if you're one of the many salespeople who are quick to say, "My customers like it better when I use email," I've got a message for you. The "my customers like it better when I use email" trope is primarily a BS story that you keep telling yourself to justify why you are not talking with people. This lazy excuse is why so many salespeople have devolved into asynchronous sellers. And trust me, if you keep this behavior up, the robots are coming for you. Now, I'm not casting aspersions at email as a sales channel. There are plenty of situations when email is the most appropriate communication tool. What I'm trying to get through to you is that when you default to an asynchronous communication channel like email, because emotionally it's easier for you to keep people at arm's length, human connections begin breaking. What's beautiful is that the phone can also make you more productive. In so many cases, one short phone conversation can replace 5 or more emails and the frustrating back and forth that comes with it. When there's a misunderstanding, before you reach for your keyboard to blindly send another email, stop and pick up the phone. Over my many years in business, I've found that the phone is the quickest and most effective way to easily solve problems and handle sales tasks that require human-to-human connection. And this is exactly why I live by a simple sales mantra. When in doubt, pick up the phone. You got a customer service issue? Pick up the phone. Have a misunderstanding? Pick up the phone. Want to stay in touch and keep your relationships anchored? Pick up the phone. Need a reference or referral? Pick up the phone. Have a question? Pick up the phone. Need to follow up? Pick up the phone. You got a deal that is stalled in your pipeline? Pick up the phone. Need to qualify an opportunity or identify a buying window? Pick up the phone. You got an empty pipeline? Put the cat video down and pick up the damn phone. And before you schedule yet another excruciating Teams or Zoom meeting, try just giving your customer a call. I'm positive that they'll appreciate not needing to schedule time on their calendar and be on camera when you can both just jump on the phone. 5-star reviews are pouring in for my new book, The LinkedIn Edge. Here's what one 5-star reviewer said on Amazon. "I'm impressed by how Jeb cuts through the noise and delivers sales insights that feel practical, human, and immediately useful. What stood out to me is how he shows you not only how to leverage AI and LinkedIn to increase sales, but also how to bring the human side back into the process, reminding us that relationships are at the heart of sales." If you don't have the LinkedIn Edge on your desk, go now and get your copy at Barnes & Noble, Amazon, airport bookstores, or wherever books are sold. And when it's time to go home, when you're tired, worn out, and ready to quit, always will yourself to pick up the phone and make one more call. This is Jeb Blunt, and I'll see you next time on the Sales Gravy Podcast.
Survival of the fittest, you can sink or swim. I've been broke, I ain't never going back again. I need some C notes, some cheddar, and a stack of ends. I need a bowl of dough, I don't need no Facebook friends. I need a pack of them snaps, a handful of Fetty Wops, and rubber band on my greenbacks. Look, dawg, don't be playing with my paper. I need every red cent, that's why I brought my little scraper.